no matter you are 50, science 60, science 40, I'm 80, but we know little. How long can we, the span of knowledge depends on your observation, your reading, your listening, your coming across the paper in everyday life. Here before us a few hints or tips, especially for English teachers. Fortunately or unfortunately, we were ruled by the English for 125 years. And by virtue of their rule, we inherited language from them that is known as the English language. Formerly it was only as a subject. Now it has been subdivided into several parts: linguistics, grammar, phonetics, morphology, phonetics, semantics, etymology. Some of subjects are linguistics. They all are known as branches as well as main parts of the language. So with this thing in mind, the first thing that comes to me in my mind from my teachers is vocabulary or words. We need vocabulary to express our ideas, to teach people, to impart knowledge to students, to go through poetry, prose, criticism, novel, whatever be genre of the language or literature. So words of his speech or parts of his speech are main thing. We teachers ought to know what part of word is this speech is this word. And most words are of different parts of his speech. For example, book, noun, verb, work noun and verb. Where we use work singular, where works plural, that is a point of grammar. Electric works, irrigation works, construction works, fire works, then we add s to it. Otherwise, in normal life, we are not supposed to add s to work. I have to do much work, not many works. I have to do much pieces of work. I have an urgent piece of work. I have two urgent pieces of work. And this can be plural. Otherwise, work in normal life doesn't take s to it. So this is our teacher's duty, to know use of words. There is different parts of his speech. If it is verb, what are its paradigms? If it is adjective, what are its degrees? If adverb, what are its degrees and how to use in sentences. So part of his speech, I believe that is the most important and the first and foremost thing the English teacher ought to know. There are 1.2 million words, and nobody has ever been able to master all those words. Even Shakespeare couldn't. Allah knows use of every word, of every language, maybe informal or informal. So verb paradigm means forms of verb. The first form we should know, we definitely know, but we ought to tell students the first form is infinitive, means first form. Do, can, may, might, shall, will, they are modal verbs. But verbs that are action verbs are infinitive in first form. Go, write, read, eat, drink, swim, sing. Second form is simple past tense. Third is past participle. Unfortunately, from my practical point of view, our students don't know what is the Urdu or Sindhi of past participle. Nobody tells them in the class. Eaten, beaten, written, read, driven, they are past participle. In Sindhi, Urdu, they are ism mafool. Our students don't know their native language. That's pretty. I may be Saraiki, Punjabi, Urdu, Sindhi, whatever, Kashmiri, but I ought to know at least Sindhi, Urdu language available there, practical there. So we are supposed to teach students. Our students are completely deprived of their native language. Even at homes they speak Urdu, Sindhi, English. Salam is gone forever. No assalamu alaikum, good morning, good evening. We are supposed to teach them. Books are there. It's a duty to teach the books whatever is contained in them. But morality, ethics is also our duty. And we are supposed to. We shall be asked by Allah on the day of judgment, as a teacher, What did you communicate? What did you deliver as a part of morality or ethics, or as a teacher, as a parent? It was your utmost duty to teach them morals as well. So we should encourage them to know something about the native language, especially language prevalent there, especially Urdu, Sindhi, or some other. They learn the importance of grammar rules, second point. It is said that grammar is no useful. How come? Grammar is that lies head and body or soul and body. We can't do without grammar. You can speak fluently, intelligibly, very clearly, but without grammar you have stumbling blocks. You stop somewhere. You don't know how to say further. So grammar rules, basic grammar rules, they are very important. As a humble teacher having 50 years teaching experience, I would say that most of the CSS candidates and PCS candidates, they fail because of poor English. They go to Karachi, Hyderabad, Lahore academies and spend a lot of money. They take really trouble, make efforts, but they bitterly fail only because of bad English. And I think there are at least 1,000 basic points, basic things that candidates of CSS ought to know. Use of verb, voice, narration, punctuation marks, proper word and the proper position, syntax, propriety of grammar, the implication of grammar, are very important points. We miss them, and just by going ahead, go up to the last climax, take exam and fail badly. So we are supposed to know those basic 1,000 things. As teachers we know, I believe, but we are supposed to tell students which are those basic parts. How do these things come? For example, in 6 months course, I can't deliver everything in a short span of time, including holidays, some other functions, annual prize distribution, and so on. Hardly we have 120 days, or maybe 150 days, academic days. So in those days, we can't teach them all the things. But if we are stationed somewhere as teacher for some time, as long as we are supposed to be there, we are supposed to teach basic things. You first learn and then impart. And the things you learn first, I learn first, then deliver, they are remembered forever. They are practical use. So we are supposed to teach them. For example, how did you go there? Did, let's go. For learners, with did and does and do, we use first form. How did you do it? We will ask, say why did and do? Because did is past tense, and we are supposed to do, then change did to do. How do you do it? The first do is helping verb, other do is main verb. So we are supposed to teach them in this way. Or alhamdulillah, we know many things. We simply have to accumulate, keep in mind, write them on a piece of paper, and go to class with preparation. A teacher with preparation is like a soldier with a gun and ammunition. And without that, is not a soldier. Nor a teacher can do without that thing. He should be or she should be fully prepared. It is just like love. When you have quest for knowledge, you love it. When you love it, you can't hide it. You are supposed to deliver it. Otherwise, you feel suffocated, quite suffocated. Teacher cannot hide knowledge. He is supposed to deliver and give and impart. Other thing is meaning and uses of English language. It's very vast. Right from England, where from this language is sprung, and to the remotest corner of the world, Antarctica, New Zealand, Australia, Hong Kong, Singapore, subcontinent, English is spread there with the passage of time. So it has certain domains. Two main domains are English literature and English linguistics. I did example English MA, for example, in 1971. I failed in criticism. I again appeared and got through. First I got 26 marks, again I get exactly 52 marks because my criticism was poor. Right from that day to this day, 51 years have elapsed, passed. Now English has developed a lot. Now we have replaced old English with linguistics. It's It's a very important degree. If you can't do that degree as myself, you can at least have a look at linguistics, what is etymology, formology, phonology, and so on. So we are supposed to encourage students to go through literature, especially novel, good novels, children's stories, at least newspaper dawn, so they can look up meanings of the difficult words in dictionary and have different shades of meanings. The same word, for example, uphill means steep hill. Uphill means difficult things, idiomatically, other meaning. Words have at least 11 meanings. I will explain them later. Yes. Then graduate in English and not American English. Alhamdulillah, my second MA or MPhil was from Canada in 1981 to 84. It took me about 2.5 years. So they have different kinds of grammar, pronunciation, spelling, some differences. Difference of grammar, they don't have much modal verbs, may, might, can, could, shall, will, and so on. They have different spellings of some words. For example, color, C-O-L-O-R. We have C-O-L-O-U-R. Humor, H-U-M-O-R. They are H-U-M-O-U-R. We have H-U-M-O-U-R. We say schedule, we say schedule, they say schedule. And many words are not available in American dictionary. We have Cambridge and Oxford dictionaries. They have Merriam, Chambers, and Webster's. For example, word peon, they don't have peons there. I physically saw, personally observed, there was no peon. They did everything by themselves. Actually, this hierarchy or lordship, English left with us. We can't have even water by myself. That's my nature. I ask my peon, Baba Pranidhi, chant time. That's is a tradition, rule. Other word, janitor, means cleaner. They don't have cleaners there. They have Muslims, Indian, non-Muslims, Bengalis, Philippines, they are cleaners, but they are known janitors from etymological point of view. A boy or girl who is enrolled in school or college but runs away, doesn't attend properly, bhagoda, they call it hooky in American English, H-O-O-K-Y. In British we have trant, T-R-U-A-N-T, T-R-U-A, trant. So the differences of words, spelling and pronunciation. So difference of spelling, difference of grammar, difference of pronunciation. Three main differences. We are in USA, Canada. All over the world there is British English, especially in England, New Zealand and Australia. Dictionary also identifies this is New Zealand English, this is Australian English, little bit difference. But main difference are the three ones which I told you. And extensive reading. Unfortunately, we are not good readers. We watch television, chit-chat, use mobile phones for hours together, sleep to our best. Just when we feel just drowsy or dizzy, we get up on Sundays especially. Morning prayer is gone forever. We don't care about it. Let us see what happens then on the day of judgment. When all will be forgiven, I too. This is just self-deceit. So we are not good readers. The moment we pick book, we feel drowsy and either we throw away book or go to sleep. Intensive reading. Extensive means large scale. Thorough, and large. Intensive means very close, thorough study. We are deprived of both. Or we have divorced both readings, extensive and intensive. And that's why we are not readers. If we are bad readers. We should encourage students. On Saturday there is one young word supplement in Dawn. Very useful. On last Saturday, I was really delighted to see that there is very good assignment on punctuation marks, right from comma to exclamation marks. Very good. Last Saturday. And it is very useful for students. We should go through it. There is always something to know. Even if you find some paper from a paper picker or from रद्दी वाला जो टीन बेचता है, उससे भी पुरानी किताबें मिल जाए, उसमें काम की चीज़ें हैं. We always find something good. depends how much curious you are about knowledge. असांजो दोस्त हूंदो असदुल्ला भुट्टो, बस दोस्त मूंसां हुया। हिकु इहे मुबारकपुर वारो फौत थी वियो इस्लामियात जो, चवंदो मंगना जॾहिं बि मां क़ुर पाक पढ़ंदो आहियां मूंखे नई शइ मिलंदी आहे। वाह आहे, छाकाणि हुन में को क्यूरियस थियो त ॾिसां छा आहे छा आहे छा आहे। ॿियो असदुल्ला भुट्टो हाणे हफ़्तो पहिरियों मूंसां मिली वियो, जेको MA में रहियो आहे, जमा इस्लाम जो अथव। इहे ॿई मिली अथव, हिकिड़ो फौत थी वियो, हिकिड़ो जीअरो। त हुन चयो क़ुर पाक जॾहिं पढ़ंदो आहियां आई ऑलवेज़ फाइंड न्यू थिंग, अहिड़ो ख़ज़ानो। आम किताबनि में बि शयूं हीरा आहिनि, पर क़दुरु वारे खे। Jeweler knows the value of jewels, God knows the value of gold, and so on. So keen book reader knows the value of knowledge. English language vocabulary, it is very vast. Even if we live for 100 years, we can't say we know all. And I advise my students, you too as my friends and colleagues, never say I know all with pride. If you know all, that is shirk. Allah knows all. We don't. हाँ, कंहिं मामले में अदा मूंखे ख़बर आहे, अदा काई ॻाल्हि न आहे, मूंखे पतो आहे बाबा हाणे बसि कर, पर मूंखे सॼो ख़बर आहे तकबर सां मां बिलीव ई शिरक आहे, इन लिहाज़ सां चयोसीं त Allah knows all. So English language vocabulary comes with passage of time. You have to hunt for knowledge, vocabulary. And going through dictionary, just reading them and learning them by heart, that will make us mad. We shall go mad. ऐसे डिक्शनरी पढ़ता रहूं, चर्या थी वेंदासीं। Doubt plus dictionary is equal to clear spelling. And a word once used is remembered forever. So when you use words by yourself in a composition, maybe in a speech, confidently, with meaningfully, you come to know real meaning of that. Poetic diction. In every literature, there is poetry. The first ever genre that man became master or a learner or a user is the vocabulary of poetry. Maybe blank verse, rhythmical, without rhythm, without meter, just rhymed couplet, matching line with the line say, day, pay, re, last word, sounding alike, that is called couplet, rhyming couplet. So even if it is completely blank verse, no rhythm, no rhyme, no meter, it is called poetry. And words used in poetry is called poetic diction, sharana lugat. Word diction comes from Latin word dict, D-I-C-T. Dict means to say. From dict we have dictionary, dictation, dictator, dictatorial. There are so many words from dictionary. Predict, contradict, interdict, they come from dictionary, dict, D-I-T-C. More than 70% vocabulary has been derived from the Latin language, classical Latin. From Latin we have French and English. English was never native language of the people living in England. It is a borrowed language. It is about 1100 years old or 1000 years old, as history tells us. Prior to that, some other languages were spoken in England. When two tribes came, they invaded England, Anglo-Saxon became Old English. Then two other tribes, Norman, Northmen, they became Middle English and so on. So English language is not the native language of England. Original language is Latin, French, German, Dutch and other languages. So the mixture of all these languages, we have modern English language. And history tells us that it has taken a long time to mature or develop as a full language. Various meanings of words in use. There are hundreds of words which give different meanings in use. For example, book means printed matter that we go through for some purpose, maybe religious, maybe for leisure, maybe pleasure, maybe entertainment, maybe our course book. So that is read in different words. And various books have various subjects. If I say the book with capital, it means Holy Quran. The book with B capital means the Bible in their language. you will find the book with B capital written Bible. Other book means to make somebody responsible. The sergeant booked me for violation of traffic, which he accused me and took my particulars, maybe license number and what fault did I make or what was the irregularity on my part. Then we have pen, P-E-N, very simple word, a writing instrument. Pen also small fold in which farmers keep their sheep or goats. That is pen. Pen means write down. Pen down something means write down something. So there are so many meanings of hundreds of words. That is called various meanings of words. Now various shades of meaning. There are about 11 shades of meanings of words in English. Dictionary tells them clearly. When I read something, maybe a poem, a line, a paragraph, a passage, a lesson, I make some sense. That is my literal meaning of words. Lafzi mana, obvious mana, evident. When I go deep down in the text, I get textual meaning. Then I get contextual meanings, line with line, what is the total substance, matan. Then also we have poetic meaning, legal meaning, medical meaning, archaeological meaning, scholarly meaning, engineering meaning. So many kinds of meanings are there. One example I always quote. I quote before you too, sir. For person going down deep into water, submerging, maybe incidentally or accidentally or for kind of suicide, it goes down, it drowns. चोटी हो या हाथी हो ड्राउन करेगा. बेजान के लिए सिंक, थर्ड फॉर्म sank or sink. But there is situational kind of meaning. There is one lesson Barkan had in first year. The ship struck against Eden Rock and it split into two. Now it was about to drown or sink. There were 171 children and women. They were sent away safely, putting them or loading them in lifeboats. Now there are no more lifeboats. Red-coated soldiers stood on the ship deck, just waiting for death. It was a critical situation for them. So they all just jumped into water because ship was going down into the base of or bottom of the sea. Now there is right that everybody can save his life. There are more than 25 or 30. The commander of the troops was hanging on some wreckage, a broken piece of ship. He saw two young sailors who were struggling in water for life. In order to save their lives, the commander pushed the wreckage towards them and all three held onto it. Soon the commander realized the wreckage was not strong enough to support three. Against the law of gravity, he let go his hold and sank into the sea. Now no more tragedy, no more wreckage, no more striking against the hidden rock. He didn't commit suicide. It was all because of spirit to save two soldiers' lives. So he went down as a lifeless person, lifeless things. तो तेरी मुसन्निफ drown the बजाय sink मादी sank is it is situational. Who is going to tell this students? Who is there? We teachers are supposed to. And when does this thing come? When we really love teaching, love subject. इश्क होंदो तरे खबर पौंदी है. ये खबर न पौंदी. No matter, I can become CS officer, I become customs officer, I become DC, SP. That is other chapter. But as long as we are here as a teacher, we should be teacher. We should remain teacher. We should perform duties of it diligently. And we are making history. We are making history. What kind of history? History of learning, teaching, coming across with your students, leaving something in their memory, indelible memory. They will never forget. मां दोस्तन के चवंदा त ज़माने जी गर्दिश सां पीउ माउ भाउ भेण हेॾे होॾे थी वेंदा, वक़्तु गुज़री वेंदो, कुलमन अलाही फ़ोन हलाए वेंदासीं, सभु विसरी सघनि था। पर जंहिं टीचर सचाई सां पढ़ायो हूंदो उनजो नक्शो साम्हूं अची वेंदो। इल्म जी ॻाल्हि थींदी, उनजो अंदाज़, उनजो फिज़िकल लैंग्वेज, पोस्चर, बॉडी लैंग्वेज साम्हूं अची वेंदी। फलाणो उस्ताद थोरो प्राइमरी वारो छो न हुजे, असांखे प्राइमरी मास्टर न विसराइनि, जंहिं असांखे सिरनि ते पढ़ायो आहे, फर्श ते पढ़ायो आहे, तरे ते पढ़ायो, पर सचाई सां पढ़ायो, उहे रिमेंबर थिया। ऐं ॿी ॻाल्हि, वक़्त जी भाषा विसरी वेंदो, जर्नल विसरी वेंदो, उस्ताद न विसरंदो। टीचर हैज़ अ ग्रेट रोल टू प्ले। I am not an ideal teacher, I am just following those ideal teachers. I even don't know many things they did in their life. That's why they are remembered forever now. So teacher is just a nation maker, family maker, national maker, a personality maker. And he has great responsibility on his shoulders. Paradigms. Dictionary gives two meanings of word paradigm. First meaning is the best example of something. किसी चीज़ की बेहतरीन मिसाल, चीज़, मानू बेहतरीन मिसाल है, पैरागॉन, PARAGON, प्रॉफेट मोहम्मद व पैरागॉन ऑफ वर्च्यूज, खूबियों का खास बेहतरीन मिसाल थी, नोबल. In grammar and language, paradigm means forms of word. For example, verb, infinitive, simple, just I said earlier, simple past, past participle. With third person singular and present indefinite tense, we add s to verb or es. Go, goes, play, plays, do, does, sing, sings. And fourth is ing. That is called present participle. There are three participles. One is present participle, one is past participle, one is past present participle. Having been done, having written a letter, having been it this way. Three kind of participles. Simple participle, present, perfect participle, perfect present participle. So again we have paradigms in adverbs and adjectives. Second form, first form, second form, third form. Positive, comparative and superlative. That is also paradigm of adjectives and adverbs. There are two parts of speech which have degrees. One is adjective, the other is adverb. And sometimes it becomes very hard to distinguish or identify them properly. For example, fast tense move fast. Fast tense, move fast. Fast gives meaning of tense adjective. Move fast modifies verb adverb. Muslim fast in the month of Ramadan, noun. It's a fast color, pakka rang, adjective. Importance of speaking English and reading English. When you listen more, you come to know about the pronunciations and delivery. By listening more and more, you come to know, speak more. But the condition is the person you listen to or hear should know the language you are interested in. Anchor persons, TV broadcasters, newscasters, good scholars, teachers, speakers, mentors, and orators, they have art of speech. So they can deliver as much and as best as they can. So when you listen more, you come to speak more and intelligibly. Likewise, when you read more, you come to know the art of writing, paraphrasing, paragraphs, clauses, use of word at the right place. You come to know much more. So reading and listening, they are keys to speaking and writing. And writing is a difficult thing, very interesting, very important, very complicated. But the moment you take keen interest, you are through, no problem. Where there is a will, there is a way. Man wajadda jadda, walaysa al-insan illa ma asa. Allah guarantees, nobody else. जिसने जितना किया है दिया है. Students oriented classes. It's at serial number 13. Gone are the days when we used to deliver poetry, prose, and used to make us write substance, summary, and so on. They were very happy. They made notes and got through exam. That's all. Clapping. Now the things are completely changed. Now we are supposed to just monitor, look after them, and see them how they are going. We are supposed to watch their activities, but we have to give something to them. Make them understand things, then make them write exercise, ask questions, and from among students, we ask, by you answer, you answer, you answer. When they are in trouble or can't answer properly, then we are supposed to clarify, add something more from around. Otherwise, student-oriented classes. We should involve them as much as possible. And that involvement comes only when we have good preparation for the lesson or poem or the thing we are going to deliver. If we are not prepared, then we will leap in the dark. That will be andhare mein lat marna hoga. But we should be fully prepared. And we can only be fully prepared when we afford some time. No doubt, we all have problems, family problem, economic problem, problems of relations, neighbors, and so on. But out of all these problems, net of problems, we have to come up and bring something good for the students. And it happens only when we really are interested and keenly preoccupied, engaged in that thing. Then we have roots, bases, stems, affixes, prefix, suffix. Dictionary have the front pages, means beginning pages about these things. Affix means addition. Whatever you add to the word, it is affix, means addition. Other affix means write down, affix your signature. Mana put your signature. Affix is stamp, maybe paper stamp or seal stamp. Affix means, no. Here affix means addition in language. For driver, we add R, driver. Drive, we drop E, add ing, driving. Go, we add ER, goer. Going, goes, they are affixes. When you add some letter or letter in the beginning, they become prefix. In the end, they become suffix. Suffice means to complete. Suffix means a completer, that completes something. Puro convert. Roots, base or stem. These are the base of language. Not all, but most of the words are derived from roots. For example, dent, D-E-N-T, dent, dand, tooth, comes from Latin. Dental, dentistry, dental frame, dental problem, from dent, D-E-N-T. Dorm, D-O-R-M, sleep. Dormitory, in a big hall where a student sleep, use common kitchen and bath, just like big hall. We Sarai, bada hotel. Dormitory, dormant, sleepiness. They are from dorm, sleep. Norm, normal, normalcy, normality. Form, formal, formality. Rupt, R-U-P-T, rupt means break. To stop something for the time being or forever. No further going, that is rupt. Interrupt, bankrupt, disrupt, corrupt, they become from rupt, R-U-P-T. So we teachers are supposed to tell them. So where do all these things come from? When we involve ourselves fully in the language, may it be Urdu, Sindhi, Saraiki, Pashto, Balochi, Urdu, whatever it may be, we have to involve ourselves, go through those roots. Dictionary gives everything, but it is a very difficult thing to open dictionary, have a look at it, and look at meanings of the word. It's a headache. I'm just going habitual about it. I'm addicted to it. I have all the things with me, maybe not in the bathroom, but all I have. Always I see students having this thing. Baba, kiya hai wahan puri karo kama? Sahi ho mujhe admission form. Are Baba, puri tarah budhai karo kam thi? Sahi ho mujhe fyar mana adhe ke diyum. Jad to ji saah vanye thoir mein oxygen aa, hane nakhan to mari hai. Really speaking, no joking. Too busy to speak, too busy to talk to parents, too busy to offer prayers. We are just damn busy. And we are spoiling ourselves, completely spoiled. Everything has proportion. Even Allah created man with proportion according to Quran. Proportion. Asanji takhliq jo Quran pak likha कि ज़रे माँ कतरे माँ किए ठहर किए बधाए माँ क्यों सूरत नहीं माँ. So roots, bases, they are important. But not all words have roots. The words themselves are roots. Work, do, come, they don't need anything. If we make income, that is other word. If from cow we word coward, it has no concern with cow. It is other meaning, means timid. Do you know? Not every word has root. So in the class you have to be actor, just like actor. And your students not only listen to you, they have close look at your face, how you are delivering. When this moment comes, it means they are fully involved. You are successful, and they know it. Then never get annoyed or irritated. Be patient. These moments are very important of delivery, very important. You listen to their questions, answer them. Never taunt them or never criticize them or never make them a kind of demoralized. That's a very bad thing. We are humans. We get nervous. We get harassed. It is our weakness. But we have to be aware of ourselves. We have to be teachers. Then we have learning spelling of words. Unfortunately, we are bad spellers. May it be PhD thesis, may it be article or some draft, maybe it be official letter. We all make mistakes. Man is to err, forgive divine. We all are supposed to err, but not deliberately. We're not supposed to make spell deliberately. Indeliberately, accidentally it's possible. And where there are mistakes, just rectify them. Things will get correct. And we are supposed to learn, ask somebody else as well. If I don't know something, I could ask somebody, I can't understand this. What word should I use? What is spelling? If I can't find a dictionary, I can ask some senior or some other person. Knowledge is not somebody's treasure or property. It is everybody's thing, property. One who searches, finds. One gets. Then, vowels and consonants. There are 4 or 5 vowels, A, E, I, O, U. They are prominent. They are pronounced, A, O, I, A. An orange, an inkpot, an egg, an elephant. An inkpot. But some vowels are not pronounced clearly. They are called half vowels, W-H-Y. W-H, they are known as half vowels. And they are not pronounced as honesty. H is there, but pronounced honest. Ah. He is an honest man. Half vowel, but we are supposed to use an honest man because of sound. And consonants are other than vowels out of 26. A book, a pen, a man, a rostrum, a classroom, a glass, a mobile phone. Words beginning with A, we are supposed to say the elephant, the inkpot, the Australian history, the American history, the English literature, with the. Otherwise, the book, the pen, the teacher, the man, the horse. This is the only difference. Definite article the or the is most unfortunate. Most people don't know how to use it. But there are rules how to use it. Proper adjectives, some proper nouns, names of ships, seas, rivers. Unions, the USA, the UAE, the UNO, we are supposed to use the article before them. Other spelling mistakes that we commonly make. The young word I just mentioned in the beginning, its copy is there, day before yesterday's dawn. There are uses of comma. We use comma just without paying any proper attention. For example, panda comes. Panda is a kind of white bear. You can write down this. Panda comes, P-A-N-D-A. It's a kind of bear. Panda comes, eats, shoots and leaves. Panda comes, P-A-N-D-A, eats, shoots and leaves. Panda comes, eats, shoots, S-H-O-O-T-S, and leaves. Now, for example, what do you understand from the sentence? There's a question. If you understand, tell me what does it mean. Panda janwara रिछ जो क़िस्म बर्फ़ानी अचे थो खाए थो गोली हलाए थो वञे थो माना इहा आहे हिते शूट्स माना कोम्पल कचा गुल गुंचे जेकी गुल अञा हाणे फुटंदा आहिनि पौधे मुझे और शूट्स उसको कहते लीव्स माना पन हाणे कामा खां बग़ैर लॻे थो पैंडा कोई शिकारी आहे अचे थो गोली हलाए थो वरी वञे थो हाणे ॿुधायो कामा किथे ईंदी थोरो ॾिसो तव्हां माना क्लियर करण जे लाइ पहिरियों असां ग़लति कामा रखूं था लिखोसि पैंडा कम्स लिखियलु आहे न हा हाणे इन खां पोइ कामा ॾियो वरी शूट्स वरी कामा एंड लीव्स हाणे लॻे थो पैंडा अचे थो गोली हलाए थो खाए थो वरी वञे थो हाणे कहिड़ी कामा रिमूव कयूं जो वरी दुरुस्त थी वञे हिकिड़ी कामा ईंदी ॿ न ईंदियूं हिते हिकिड़ी कामा ईंदी ॿ न ईंदियूं हाणे पैंडा जानवर आहे गुंचा बि खाए थो कचा ॿूटा बि खाए थो पन बि खाए थो न गोली जो ज़िक्र आहे न वञण जो ज़िक्र आहे हाणे ॿुधायो कामा किथे ईंदी हा पैंडा कम्स इट शूट्स एंड लीव्स अचे थो गुंचा बि खाए थो कचा ॿूटा वञे थो ऐं पन बि खाए थो हाणे क्लियर थी वियो न ॿियो भला जुमिलो लिखो प्लीज़ लेट्स कम and eat kids. Let's come kids to eat. इनके इम्प्रूव कर लिखो बड़ी लिखो भी let us eat kids. पहिरें वारे खे ठाहे छॾियो हाणे अचो तो ॿारनि खे खाऊं आओ तो बच्चों को खाएं जबकि हम बच्चों से मुखातिब बच्चों आओ तो हम खाएं ये वोकेटिव सेंस आहे शुरू में रखूं तो कामा खण दो आख़िर में रखूं तो भाई कामा खण दो ॿार अचो तो खाऊं हाणे लॻे थो अचो तो ॿारनि खे खाई छॾियूं माना असां जिन हूं या देव हूं या आदमखोर हूं त कामा ईंदी किड्स को पहिरियों सर लिसन टू मी सर खां पोइ कामा मैडम आई एम नॉट एट फॉल्ट मैडम खां पोइ कामा तॾहिं कमु ठहंदो त ये कामा जेका वरी असां क्लास में ॿुधायूं ॿ कामा आहिनि COMMA इहा ॿियो COMA गशी तारी कामा सही न ईंदी जुमिलो बेहोश थी वेंदो कामा सही न आई माना जुमिलो बेहोश त ॿारनि खे थोरो इहो बि ॾियणो आहे थोरो मज़ा बि करणी आहे वक़्ती तौर ते थोरो ईअं हम्बल सोर्स में जोकिंग सोर्स में जोकिंगली सुठे फ्रेंडली मूड में इहे शयूं ॿुधाइणियूं आहिनि त बाबा जॾहिं घोड़ो थकल ईंदो आहे त मालिक उनखे खरखरो बि हणंदो आहे लूण बि ॾींदो आहे वात में तेल बि विझंदो आहे ताज़ो थी वञे भई उहो थक लेबर खे थोरो तड़ बड़ बि कराईंदो आहे हे अॼुकल्ह जा ॿार इहे ॿार अथव इनखे तड़ करणु आहे खरखरो हणण खे वात में तेल विझण खे ताज़ो करिणो आहे छो कलाक ॾेढ खां मुंहिंजो मूड ऑफ थी वेंदो तव्हां वटि त नज़म ज़ब्त आहे असां वटि त हदि आहे कॉर्पोरेट कल्चर आहे को एजुकेशन आहे छोरा बिगड़ी आहिनि सफ़ा अलाह को दुआ हुजे इनखे पीउ माउ खे कोई हिन खां बचाए अॻे हूंदो पीउ माउ को अलाह बचाए मारिनि न हाणे औलाद को अलाह बचाए अहिड़ो वक़्तु अची वियो असांजो दोस्त आहे प्यारो उहो चवंदो आहे त अॼुकल्ह जी औलाद खे ॾचे में न विझे तव्हां ख़ुशि नसीब आहियो अॼुकल्ह औलाद खे ॾचे में न विझे तव्हां ख़ुशि नसीब आहियो अॻे औलाद पीउ माउ को ॾिजी हाणे पीउ माउ औलाद खां ॾियनि था अहिड़ो वक़्तु अची वियो त अहिड़ी तरह टीचर you have to make students jolly, happy, with some moral, some jokes within limits, not beyond limits. And you are supposed to do it. You are an actor, not a teacher, orator, teacher, developer, and friend as well. You create history in the class. Every day has its own history. Current English uses. There are so many uses of English, modern English. F.W. Fowler, Michael Swan, he gives very good examples of English usage. Alphabetically, right from A to Z, he gives examples of very important words with their meaning and use, with their pitfalls, spelling mistakes as well, where to be careful, where to be not careful, go on plainly writing. So he just gives signals, where to stop, where not to stop, what to write, what not to write, how to use, how not to use. Michael Swan, very good book. Long ago, when our sons were doing CSS or other students it cost 350 rupees. Now I think with CD it is more than 3,000 rupees. Michael Science English usage. Other book is F.W. Fowler. It is also usage book. F.W. Fowler, F-O-W-L-E-R. Both very useful books of English usage. But the thing is, one should have some basic of English. As teachers of English, I have no doubt, you all have that. But other than English, they have to some base, without which there will be problem. Even in your subject, maybe physics, chemistry, biology, botany, zoology, Islamic math, Pakistan study, you will find many, many words which have strange meanings, different meanings. So you have to. What is in your store? You don't know. Your store means luck, future, that you don't know. Don't store things, don't hoard things. Things are in the store, one place, very budhano a pair of words में, homophones में. S-T-O-R-Y, some tale, maybe real or fictitious. S-T-O-R-E-Y means level. First story, second story, ground. Same pronunciation, sound, but different meanings. Spouse, S-P-O-U-S-E, means wife or husband, common gender. E-S-P-O-U-S, spouse means something great to carry, to campaign. To start something difficult with some planning. Then S-spouse, E-S-P-O-U-S. Same word with E, same sound, almost different meaning. So we are supposed to have these things to teach students. Phrases, idioms and proverbs. Phrases and idioms are almost same. Proverbs are maxims, sayings, कहावतें, पहा का चवणियों, जो को हंध सड़े हो जाने, उल्टे बांस बरेली को, सर मुंडाते ही ओले पड़े, हमामे सब नंगे हैं. ये प्रोवर्ब, कहावत, पहा का चवणियों. Phrase idioms are incomplete proverbs. To get through, to go through, to go over, to come by, to come across. If there is some passage, I just go through it. I go through means I pass through it. But when I have some book, something written before me, go through means study. Sagi se phrase. And there is difference between phrase and idiom. Idiom has something hidden. For example, to carry coals to Newcastle. Now what is Newcastle, what is coal, we are supposed to know, and we are supposed to tell students what are the meanings of these two words. Newcastle is a very big city upon the river, the Tyne in England, Tyne, T-Y-N. And coal is a kind of material taken out of mine, koila. Now what does it mean? Lafzi mana Newcastle koila khani vanjana. It means maybe there is plenty of coal in Newcastle, they don't need it. Or maybe climate is very moderate there. They don't need coal even in winter. So it means to take something to a place where it is already available, plenty, or it is no more there. उहा शइ खणी वञणु जंहिंजी ज़रूरत न आहे पहिरीं मौजूदु आहे. मिसाल, मां ऊन्हारे जी मुंद में सिंधड़ीअ में थो खणी वञा, मीर पुखास चओ जरा वाह वाह साईं, हिते मीर पुखास मोॾे हेॾी खणी आयो आहियां. वरी शिकापुर मां आचार जी पेटी भरी वञा दोस्त ॾे, उते घर घर आचार ठहे थो. वरी लाइब्रेरी जो मेंबर बि आहियां, वॾा किताब खणी थो वञा, बाबा अलामा इक़बाल जो पोटो वञे थो पियो. वाह वाह. दिस इज़ टू कैरी कोल टू न्यूकासल. उहा शइ खणी वञणु जेका पहिरियों उते मौजूदु आहे. या hidden meaning, idiom job. Idiom. We have 25,000 phrases and idioms. 25,000. And they are there. In even Oxford, Cambridge, there are more than 3,000 phrases and idioms. After every page, or on every page, there are phrases and idioms. Verbal phrase idiom, noun phrase idiom, adjective and adverb, verbal, they are there. How to master them? We need some time. I tell the students, if you learn 10 phrases idioms every day, in your leisure time, at your leisure, you come to learn 300 per month. Multiply by 12, 3,006. Imperceptibly, you will be able to learn more than 3,000 a month. लेकिन करे कौन? और भी गम है ज़माने में इंग्लिश के सिवा, रात और भी है फ्रेज इडियम के सिवा, कौन पढ़ेगा? That is pity. केर के तो गुरबता केर चए जहालत आहे, केर चए ज़ुल्म आहे। कमु करण वारा कुझु कोन्हे, न कमु कंदो नौजवान 30 वारो न कंदो, करण वारो 80 साल वारो पोड़ो बि कंदो। वेर देयर इज़ अ विल देयर इज़ अ वे। हा, बिल्कुलु अहिड़ी जाइ जिते स्कूल बि कोन्हे, कुझु बि कोन्हे, उते थी सघे थो तालीम न हुजे। मञूं था ईअं हुजे, पर ईअं न आहे। स्कूल कॉलेज हर जाइ ते है न, पढ़ण वारा पढ़नि था। एज अ हम्बल टीचर, CS टीचर, उहे ॿार जिन खे मां ॾिठुमि त बिल्कुलु कुझु बि कोन्हे, किताबनि जा पैसा बि कोन्हनि, अलाह ॼाणे त कुझु मदद बि कईसीं, मिसकीन ग़रीब हाणे DIG आहिनि, 7 माण्हू DIG आहिनि, मां सिर्फ़ु 7 थो चवां पियो, बाक़ी एक्रॉस पाकिस्तान एबटाबाद खां वठी गवादर ताईं छा कजे, ग़रीब मिसकिन सभु। मिसाल ॿुधायां, जिते हाणे बेनज़ीर पार्क आहे सखर में, है न, पेट्रोल पंप बि आहे, हिते पुराणो बस स्टैंड हूंदो हो, हितां हिकिड़ो छोकिरो लही करे पंधु ईंदो मूं वटि, फर्जी नमाज़ पढ़ी पहुचे, चए साईं मां वटि किरायो न हूंदो त पंधु ईंदो, मां चांहि ठाहींदुमि, पाण घर वारा जेसि ताईं उथनि साईं वरी महिरबानी, पापो ऐं चांहि खाईंदा हुआसीं, हाणे DIG आहे। थोरो हिकिड़ो मिसाल, अहिड़ा केतिरा ई, ऐं वोंट नेम हिम, वोंट नेम हिम। त ग़ुरबत सिर्फ़ु हिमत जी आहे, हिमत न आहे उहा ग़ुरबत आहे, बाक़ी कुझु बि कोन्हे। जंहिं बि कंहिं राह ते हलियो आहे उनखे अलाह रस्तो ॾिनो आहे। एनीवे, writing skills, most difficult art of writing. You need practice. Just beginning as a freelancer, that's the first and foremost step. Whatever comes to your mind about yourself, your country, your student, your family, your parents, whatever, your hobby, just write down something. Without caring about spelling, grammar, clauses, punctuation marks, then stop. Then see what you have written. With practice, the day will come when you'll be able to write intelligibly with good piece of writing. Writing skills ते मां साईं खे ॾिना अथमि, साईं 100 खां मथे पेज थो यासी त हूंदा, ओरिजिनल खणी आयो। इन में के पुराणा आहिनि जंहिंजी मोट कापी कोन्हे सॉफ्ट, ओरिजिनल खणी आयो, नवां बि पुराणा बि, तव्हां स्कैन करे हिकिड़ो सेट खणी छॾियो। शइ ॾियण जी हूंदी आहे, पहुचे कंहिं ताईं। इल्मु जेको लिकाए थो उहो इल्म वारो न आहे, जेको ॾिए थो इल्म वारो आहे, जेको घुरेव ॾियो। को बोलो त पुछणु आयो, ॿुधायो, कंहिंखे प्रॉब्लम बीही करे उहो हल कयो, तव्हांजो 10 सेकेंड लॻा, पोइ तव्हांखे हमेशह यादि कंदो, यार साईं हीअ मूंखे ॿुधाई, थोरी थकल हुई त बि always be giver. So writing comes through practice. And writing skills, briefly capsule आहे, writing जे ॿिया बि आर्ट में उहे नोट्स में आहिनि, you go through them and inshallah you will come to know how to start writing and how to be perfect. Detecting errors and required corrections, noun errors, all parts of his speech we make mistakes, even comma splice, article mistakes. There are 0 article, means no article. Man is mortal, woman is frail, man is quarrelsome. لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم. No man, no article. وقال الإنسان أكثر شيء جدلا. In fact, man is the most pugnacious of all other creatures. Surah Kahf. काथे बि दा आर्टिकल हलाए विधी आहे, अलाह को वधीक ग्रामर को ॼाणींदो आहे, अलाह को वधीक को ग्रामर ॼाणींदो। वरी आलमनि मूंखे सही कयो, बावज़ू हुजो, टाइम थोरो हुजे, तिलावत जो मूड बि हुजे, पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस, खोलो तर्जुमो पढ़ो, तिलावत जो सवाब बि, वक़्त बि, इबादत बि, अंग्रेज़ बि इम्प्रूव थींदी। पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस, मसलन आम तौर ते अज़ाब खे टॉर्चर चवंदो आहे, पेंच हुन में टॉर्मेंट आहे, छा आहे? अज़ाब जी लेवल हिकिड़ी टॉर्मेंट, उन ग्रेविटी जे लिहाज़ सां, तकलीफ़ जे लिहाज़ सां। Most mistakes we make in prepositions. घणियूं ग़लतियूं preposition कंदा आहियूं। There are 3 kinds of prepositions. Simple, there are 37. Compound, there are 8, for example, into, upon, onto, along with. And there are idiomatic or phrasal prepositions. There are hundreds in numbers, So make students learn use of prepositions. For example, for animals, maybe an ant or elephant, केवल हुजे हाथी हुजे, in rest, बेजान शइ पई आहे, at rest. एटलीस्ट पूरे मुल्क की ॻाल्हि कयूं इन पाकिस्तान पर मुल्क जे कंट्री में अचे केॾी वॾी बि कंट्री में शहर केॾो बि वॾो हुजे न्यूयॉर्क कराची एड कराची इन पाकिस्तान वरी ॿीहर पहिरियों अवार्ड खणणु चाहियो त एड कराची कामा पाकिस्तान माना कामा रिप्लेसिस एड इन इहो बि असां टीचर्स जो कमु आहे वी हैव टू टीच दैट ऐं चयूं तव्हांखे महसूसु थिए त इहा शइ ॾियणी आहे ॾेई छॾियो जीअं ख़ैरात जो इरादो कयो ख़ैरात ॾेई छॾियो इल्म जो इरादो कयो ॾेई छॾियो मानी खाराइण जो इरादो कयो मानी खाराए छॾियो दावत शीराज़ी ज़रूरी न आहे कोफ़्ता पकियल हुजनि अदा हे ॿ मानियूं पयूं खा नबी पाक ॿाहिरि आया बीबी फातिमा वटि या बीबी आयशा वटि माई आई धीअ विसाणसि उन वटि हिकिड़ी खार कई बीबी वटि उनखे ॾिनी माई वरी उहा खार अधु पाण खाधो ऐं ॿधी आहे अधु कंहिंखे अधु ॿिए खे ॾिनो पाण बि न खाधो नबी पाक आयो ज़िक्र कयो जी हीअ माई जन्नती आहे काथो सम्झो मथां पैगाम पियो अचे हर शइ मथां पई अचे उन नियत में सुञाणनि पिया उम्मीद हुया उनखे इहा शइ कशफ मिलियल हो त हीअ शइ सही आहे शइ ग़लति छा खार का छा जन्नत जी बशारत असां बि कीअं थींदो असां टोकरा खाराए छॾियूं था न न हला वरी नियत खे ॾिसूं थो सूरत हाल खे ॾिसूं थो हाल कंहिं कंडीशन खे ॾिसूं हा मां त आयुमि मां टोकरा भरायमि मां फ़ोटो बि कढायमि ट्रक विराए वियमि मां त रियाकारी कयमि हा न साईं वरी घणो करे पंहिंजे माण्हुनि खे न ॾिए मूंखे वोट बि ॾींदा आहे न अलाह नियत खे ॾिसूं नियत इन महिल अमाल बि नियत किस नियत से काम किया आपने participles and their use present participle use as adjective and as a noun going there is of no use father is against your going to cinema late in the night smoking is hazardous for health या to health ये थियो present participle noun जो कम थो कये ॿियो he is going to school every day verb आहे verbal form आहे पर इहो present participle verb सुठा आहे continuous tense आहे राइटिंग स्टाइल नाउन नाउन माने में थो गए एडजेक्टिव नाउन एडजेक्टिव थी वियो इंट्रस्टिंग प्योर एडजेक्टिव थी वियो ये एंग फॉर्म में मुख्तलिफ पार्ट्स ऑफ स्पीच ठाहिनि वर्ब्स ॿियो पास्ट पार्टिसिपल ॿियो प्रेजेंट पास्ट पार्टिसिपल कंटिन्यूसली हैविंग डन बीइंग डन हैविंग रिटन हैविंग ईटन ये वरी इंग फॉर्म भी आहे प्रेजेंट पार्टिसिपल ऐं परफेक्ट भी आहे परफेक्ट भी आहे Passive voice we have to become very careful, especially passive voice. Most people use passive voice instead of active voice because they find it interesting and easy. I have been done. Quite wrong. I have done. I have been done. mukhe kayo hai. So erroneously, not deliberately, we make mistakes. So always use active voice, always. If you are supposed to use passive, where it is important and unavoidable, only then. The mail is arrived, the letters are posted, doc has been signed, guests have been served, the guests are served, only then. Otherwise, the train is arrived. You never say driver has brought the train is arrived. So only when it is unavoidable, use passive voice, otherwise active. Like this is active, this is passive. Looks quite odd and irregular. Verbs used transitively and intransitively. Verbs having object with them are called transitive verbs. Means they transit over to object. I write a letter. I subject, letter object. We eat meals in time. हम खाना वक्त पे खाते हैं तो वही सब्जेक्ट मीन्स ऑब्जेक्ट तो ईट वर्ब ट्रांजिटिव थी माना सब्जेक्ट भी आए ऑब्जेक्ट भी आए verbs having no object are called intransitive. Intransitive. I eat every day. What do I eat? No object. I write something every day. Something is the object. But I write everything, no object. So write is intransitive. Verbs having object with them is called transitive. क्लास में पूछता हूँ पुटे बोला ट्रांजिटिव है इंट्रांजिटिव की छा चवा सिंधी उर्दू में ऑनेस्टली स्पीकिंग अल्लाह गवाह न ॿुधाए सघंदा आहिनि माना ॿारनि खे पढ़ायो कोन थो वञे ॿारनि खे सिंधी उर्दू पढ़ाई कोन थी वञे ऑब्जेक्ट भी आहे सब्जेक्ट जो फ़ैल मुतहदी आहे ऑब्जेक्ट न आहे त फ़ैल लाज़मी आहे हो चवंदा साईं तूं फ़ैल मुतहदी त असां पहिरीं तादी थियल आहे असां तादी में आहियूं अरबी वारी तादी साईं हिन मीम कयल आहे, ॻाल्हि साॻी आहे, माना ॿी आहे। त हिन ॿारनि खे टैमिंग करणी आहे, यू हैव टैम दैम। थिंक बिलीव दैट यू आर द पर्सन नाउ हू हैव टू डू समथिंग ग्रेट विद दैट। तव्हांजी ड्यूटी आई आहे हुनखे करिणो। ॿियो केरु ॿुधाईंदो? तव्हां न ॿुधायो ॿियो कोई न ॿुधाईंदो। हा, नथी अचे ॻाल्हि, मिसाल आहे, मूंखे यादि आहे लेसन हलंदा कैनेडा में, पोइ कंहिंखे इंग्लिश नेट में असां लंच कंदा हुआसीं, पाकिस्तानी इंडियन, अंग्रेज़ पुछंदा हुआ सर दिस आई विल टेल यू टुमारो, आई डोंट नो, माना नथी अचे, सम्झो सुवालु क्लियर न आहे, बाक़ी रिसर्च करे ईंदो, पुछ पोइ ॿुधाईंदो, अक्सर ॿुधाईंदा हुआ। वरी पूरा न वञनि था, बर्फ़ ॿाहिरि पए थी, 0 टेम्परेचर आहे, बल्कि -20 टेम्परेचर आहे, पका त टीचर न ईंदो, टीचर टाइम जे अंदरि। अहिड़ा वक़्तु आहे पापा, हफ़्ते में 2 क्लास थियनि सब्जेक्ट जी, ऐं इंग्लिश जी ॻाल्हि थी कयां, एम.फिल जी टाइम ते, वरी बाक़ी चए पाण पढ़ो वञी लाइब्रेरी में, हफ़्ते में 2 क्लास 3 कलाकनि जा हर सब्जेक्ट। हिन हफ़्ते 2 क्लास आहे, ॿिए हफ़्ते ॿियो सब्जेक्ट हो, दे वर्क वेरी हार्ड। ईअं सम्झो त मस्जिद जा मीनार नज़र न ईंदा, आवाज़ अज़ान जी नज़र न ईंदी, बाक़ी लॻंदो त इस्लाम हिते आहे। इहे 42 ईयर्स बैक अथव, 81 जी ॻाल्हि अथव, हाणे त अलाए छा वेंदो राॼ न। वरी लास्ट एंड फाउंड, लास्ट एंड फाउंड, विञाइजी वई शइ मिली आहे। मां मज़ाक में सच में चवां थो, पाकिस्तानी, इंडियन, फिलिपीन, बांग्लादेश खे मिली शइ गुम, बाक़ी उतो ॿियो इलाइक़ो बि पई हूंदी। क़ीमती में क़ीमती शइ, इहा बीमारी त कोन हुई, हे आज़ार तरियो ते, मां बीमारी आज़ार वक़्तु ई ध्यानु सां चवां थो, अदरवाइज़ डिपेंड करे कीअं यूज़ था कयूं। साईं हुते पई हूंदी बाक़ाइदे, उन्हनि माण्हू सिकड़ो वेह थो, तव्हां वेह चवंदो आई लॉस्ट दिस थिंग, उन पार न पतो बिलीव करे तव्हां सच था कयो, तव्हां खणी ॾींदो, वॉलेट हूंदो, पैसा हूंदा, बैग हूंदो, कैमरा हूंदो, तव्हां खणी पोइ महसूसु थियो यार हे त ॾाढा सुठा माण्हू, हे त असां ॾाढा सुठा माण्हू, छड़ो कलमा कोन आहिनि, बाक़ी त बहितरीनु न ॿ टे पॉइंट ॾिनो। यूज़ ऑफ preposition, there are 3 places of preposition in England. In most cases we use preposition in the beginning or in somewhere in the middle. I go to school every day. You should look at the whiteboard, not at me. Samjhe? In some cases we use in the beginning. With what do you eat? With what do you see? To what do you refer? कहिड़ी शइ जो हवालो आहे? The eyes are to see with, the hands are to walk with, the legs are to walk with, the nose is to smell with, आख़िर में 3 places. आमतौर पे in between, न तो शुरू में आख़िर में. And most mistakes we commit in writing and in spoken English, that is of preposition. Pre means before, position means placement. Where do you place the word? Before noun or pronoun. Paragraph writing. Paragraph means you construct something with some topic subject on a topic or subject from beginning to end, completely with coherence and sequence. Para means same, graph means writing. When writing about one topic, maybe of 2 sentences or 100 sentences. In every paragraph has topical sentence. For example, I am going to write ASEAN economic problems of Pakistan. And my first topic is the inflation. My all ideas should be about inflation, nothing more. Then joint family system, low per capita income, foreign borrowings means loans, वगैरह. So every subtopic has one paragraph, and every paragraph one topic sentence. I should stick to it or commit to it or restrict myself to that. And always write in plain, simple language. We are not supposed to be John Milton or Thomas Gray or Francis Bacon or William Shakespeare. Maybe candidate of thesis who get higher number of marks, they write in simple language, simple plain language. They simply want to know that you can communicate well or you can express your ideas intelligibly, understandably, common sense. Linking or joining words, relative pronoun, relative adverb, that, what, which, who, whom, whose, they are relative pronouns. When, why, where, how, they are relative adverbs. They make sentences, they join sentences. Also we have conjunctions, or else, but, if, because. They are conjunctions. With these help, we make joint sentences. We make simple, compound, complex, compound, complex. जेकी साईं खे मां नोट्स कंदो आहियां हीअ बिल्कुलु शागिर्दनि लाइ बहितरीनु class exercises. I think in modern textbooks there are class exercises.
Exactly.
And students are really interested in them. Make them solve themselves. If they have some problem, guide them. First just practice exercise, then final for exam or class assessment. In this way they go very well. Exercise. Practice makes man perfect. So exercise makes them know how to solve problem. Maybe mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology, or English. First tell them how to identify words. What kind of words they are. What class does it belong? Do they belong? And what is their proper place? For example, what only? Her only son died in a war. She had only one son. No more than. Only her son died. Means nobody else except her son. पुत्र ॿिया बि हूंदुसि पर जंग में सिर्फ़ु उहो मारिजी ॿिया न मारिजी. Her son died only in war. उन घणा एडवेंचर कया हूंदा, घणा मौक़ा कया हूंदा, केटू ते चढ़ियो हूंदो, हिमालय ते चढ़ियो हूंदो, पर मोह किथे जंग में. यानी ॿी माना साॻे लफ़्ज़ खे मुख़्तलिफ़ जंग रखे माने बि हुई. अहिड़ी त जेके बि पार्ट्स ऑफ स्पीच आहिनि, ख़ासि करे कंजक्शन्स और प्रेपोजिशन, इन जी अलॻि अलॻि इंटरचेंजेबल करण सां लफ़्ज़नि जी माना फ़र्क़ु थी. हाणे को सुवाल को हुजे त वरी ॿारनि ॾे बि हलूं.
So in my childhood, we learned that an article, indefinite article, an is used with vowel letters. But in this time we use vowel sound. So how can we clarify this topic to the candidates and students?
You mean how do we clarify the vowel or consonant?
Yes, a vowel or consonant.
Dictionary has given vowel sounds, and dictionary has all these things, how to pronounce words, and they are known as phonetics or phonemes. In dictionary they are, and in that you have to be very good how to pronounce words. For example, R-E-C-O-R-D. When it is noun, it is called record. When it is verb, it is called record. Same spelling. Record, record. Dictionary tells. Other words, for example, 60-second time means minute. Wait a minute. It is a minute matter, two meaning. Unimportant or very serious. Needs close attention. The minute, minute. वो डिक्शनरी ॿुधाईं त हे तलफ़ुज़ कीअं हे तलफ़ुज़ कीअं. लिंग्विस्टिकली अॼुकल्ह जा ॿार असां वारनि खां ॾाढा होशियारु अथव. प्रोवाइडेड दे हैव अ क्लोज लुक एट डिक्शनरी. उन बाक़ी ॿाहिरि हाणे त इहा उहो बि अची विया आहिनि. लेसन था हलनि बाक़ाइदे ॿुधाइनि था. इंडियन टीचर्स वग़ैरह ॿिया त लेसन था हलनि वेठा.
इंडियन में एक्सपर्ट आहिनि.
हा हा असांजा बि तक़रीबन 30-35 लेक्चर अथव अपलोड थियल लैंग्वेज ते, ग्रामर ते, हिननि ते. उन ॿारनि जी लेवल जेतिरी उहो हूंदा आहिनि उन लेवल सां. CS वारनि खे वरी उन लेवल सां पढ़ाईंदा.
So what we teach in the class, affix means a word having prefix and suffix. Is it like this, sir?
Affix means addition. Whatever you add in the beginning or the end with root or base, that is called affix, means addition. If you use that in the beginning, like restart, relocate, replace, it is prefix. In the end, it is suffix.
But if a word just like ununderstandable,
Ununderstandable,
it is affix.
and un is affix. Un is affix. From understand, un is prefix and able is suffix. Ununderstandable. Understand root or complete word, and prefix, able, suffix.
Means can't we say that the combination of prefix and suffix is called the affix?
Affix. Both are called affixes. In the beginning prefix, in the end suffix.
Suffix. That's affix.
जड़ी भी लैंग्वेज में पूछो चाहे.
Books of English. Just like sir, we have a book of English. That's the next already, and we have a 50 point
Write down 2-3 names. तमामु घणो पहिरियों बाज़ार में 30-5 रुपए जा किताब मिलंदा ॾाढा सुठा अनवार अफ़ज़ाल मुफ़्ती जा उन ईअं सम्झाए नंढे ॿार खे मां आङुर कोट हलंदी आहे उर्दू में बि सम्झाए देखो ग्रामर एंड कंपोजिशन ये मां ग्रामर एंड कंपोजिशन बाय अनवार अफ़ज़ाल मुफ़्ती E.A. मुफ़्ती अनवार अफ़ज़ाल मुफ़्ती ये गवर्नमेंट कॉलेज में काथे लेक्चरर हो पोइ प्रिंसिपल थी गवर्नमेंट डिग्री के मुल्तान में प्रिंसिपल रिटायर थी ॿियो लिखो इंडिया जी किताब चांद एंड रैन एंड मार्टन इंग्लिश ग्रामर कंप्लीट बाय रैन एंड मार्टन WREN आइयो सुठो मां पढ़ियो आहे बदरी किताब
Copy of Rand and Martin.
सिंधी का वारो ॾाढो सुठो साहिबु इन बुक 1 बुक 2 बुक 3 4
Yes,
किताब
there are different volumes of this.
थर्ड लिखे exploring the world of English exploring the world of English exploring the world of English by Sayyid Sadat Ali Shah ये टई किताब ख़ासि करे रेन एंड मार्टन इहे असां CS वारनि खे रिकमेंड कंदा आहियूं ये ॿई किताब जी सम्झ में अची आहे माना ॿई पेपर इंग्लिश जा पास करे सादात SAADAT सादात अली शाह इहे बि मुल्तान कॉलेज में रिटायर थिया प्रिंसिपल पोइ लिखो साईं ब्रश अप योर इंग्लिश बाय ST इमाम ये बि पायरेसी आहे अंदरि हिंदी लिखी पई आहे पायरेसी कापी आहे चोरी कयो आहे Brush up your English by ST Imam. For Oxford English, John Street, I don't know, John Street. Oxford English. OUP जो publisher है, Oxford University, Oxford English. तमाम सुठी किताब। इन जगह डिक्शनरी हुजे, डान अखबार हफ़्ते जी घड़ी हिकिड़ी हुजे,